Hi again with some news regarding coronavirus. Well, first of all, a sad news. The doctor who first diagnosed a strange pneumonia going around in Hubei is now dead from coronavirus. He was the one who was saying to the authorities that something wrong was going on with a strange pneumonia looking like SARS, and it was not a good thing for him. They tried to stop him from talking. But anyway, now the situation has changed and they acknowledge that they have an epidemic. It's obvious. But anyway, this is my way to thank him of having at least warned authorities that something was wrong. What do we have now? 28,353 cases all over the world, with China concentrating 99% of the cases. 28,088. We have now 265 cases in the world with just 2 deaths. What's the situation in China? Well, in the province of Hubei, we still have 70% of the cases with a 2.8% mortality. And in the rest of China, we have 30% of cases with 0.16% of mortality. So again, that gives us a very clear idea of the mortality rate. We have huge numbers for coronavirus with a lot of cases. I think we can stick to this 0.16% mortality as a general rate of what we'll see. And as I told you before, this is not a lot more than what we have for H1N1. This H1N1 virus, we have a vaccine and we have treatment. And even though we have all these weapons, we still have a mortality that goes from 0.09% to 0.17%. Let's say it's a medium of 0.13. So you see that this virus is not as deadly as we might think. What is going around the world except China? Well, I've tried to count the numbers for the last 6 days. We had 173 cases, then 183, 188, 212, 227, and now 265. So we had a jump of 10 cases the first time, 5, 24, 15, and now 38. Well, from 15 to 38, it's the double. But we cannot conclude because we have so many few cases that you cannot draw any statistical conclusion. It's very dangerous to do so. You can see that we've had jumps from one day to the other of 24 cases, and then we got back to 15. So I think that now at least what we have is something extremely complicated in Hubei and something totally different outside Hubei in China and outside China in the world. I think that we're starting to get some treatment. It seems that some antivirals we use for HIV might be useful for coronavirus. We'll have to wait a little bit. It's too early to say anything. As soon as we get some new information, I will keep you posted. There's one thing which is important. You know that there's a luxury chip outside Japan where one person was diagnosed with coronavirus, and we now have 20 cases in the ship. That gives us an idea, I think, of what happens when you're all together in a ship. And second, the amount of people that one person can contaminate. I think that the observation of these people in the ship will be something very important to understand who gets sick, who doesn't, who is in danger, who is not, because this is a very controlled situation. So let's keep an eye on these news. Thank you again, and bye-bye.